quick look into SPX on the monthly chart. I am watching. Historically, we kind of pull back and we create a new level of support each time, and then we push higher. Looks like we're doing the same thing right here. We did pull back this month so far, and we have stopped right at the wick of the previous month. So we have a nice level of support right here and right here. So we could just push and bounce, but let's see. If we pull back, we have lots of room before we hit that trend line. So that's not something to even worry about just yet. Moving on to the weekly chart. We didn't quite hit our weekly trend line up here, but we did get pretty close. We had a significant drop here and a significant drop here. So it looks pretty good. We could do something similar to this where we just have a 1 week pullback and then we kind of climb slowly back up. What I'm going to be looking for is a change in structure. For right now, we're holding up above this trend line, so we still have a higher low each time. If we break that trend line and we make a lower low, then we can see more of a drop to the downside. Looking at our daily chart, this August trend line has been holding nicely. We've tested it a couple times. Couple things to look at. We have our gap fill right here. We did fall into that gap fill on Friday and start to test it. But if you look left, this is a very choppy range. And it's got a lot of strong support in there. So we could bounce instead of filling that gap. Now, if we do fill the gap, our August trend line sits right at the bottom of that gap. So that would be another area to be mindful of, that we definitely could bounce and head higher. Looking up here, if we do go ahead and bounce and pull back, we need to hold under that 5992 in order to stay in our downtrend. So some levels to be mindful of and areas that we could potentially bounce and change direction.